Are you surprised by how well Seattle has started off? That really hasn't been their signature, but they're pretty good out of the gate this year.
I mean, if you go traditionally, I guess it's a surprise, but it's not a surprise because they have a talented team. That's why they've made it in the second part of the season, the last couple of years, what they've done. And they even have a more talented team this year. So not surprising at all. You know, it's going to be, again, similar to LAFC on the road, you know, very tough test.
Does it help, or not help, but can you draw some confidence from the fact that, A, you had a really good game at LAFC a couple of weeks ago, and last year was the first road win for you guys in Seattle, that you guys can get it done on the road when everyone is bought in and playing together?
Last year is not in our mind at all. Different year, different teams. Yeah, I guess we could draw a little confidence on how we played against LAFC, you know, organized, disciplined, but at the end of the day, we lost in the 91st minute. So, you know, we had a great training today, but we had a great week of training last week and a great week of training the week before. So it's going to come down to when the whistle blows. That's the fact. Doesn't matter what you do during the week. We all have to show up on when the whistle blows.
And what are you asking of the guys this week heading into Seattle? Because obviously, you know, you want to finish the game with 11 guys. That's a given. And it's going to be a tough test on the road. What is the message this week? I'm sure it's similar to other weeks, but is there anything different?
Are you talking tactically, or are you talking...
No, just mentality.
The message is the same it's been from the first day of preseason, you know, accountability, hard work, professionalism. Those are key core values of ours. And for the most part, the guys have done it. You know, it's just another week to lead up, and we give them as much information. We had a long video session today on Seattle and objectives based off of what we see from them. The one thing the coaching staff always has done and will continue to do is get as much information to the players as possible. And then from that information on a Monday or a Tuesday to design training sessions based off of that. And that's what we did starting today, like in previous weeks. So expectations are know the game plan, believe in the game plan, follow through on the game plan, and then we give ourselves a great opportunity to get a result.
How has Justin performed in his first couple training sessions back?
Really well. You know, he's been out for so long, you know, 5-6 weeks. So it's not a situation that we feel comfortable he's just going to jump in. There's a good chance that Justin might play some minutes with the Monarchs this weekend. Like I said, being out so long to get used to that game speed and everything, along with one or two other players. I mean, Dami's asking to play with the Monarchs, but that comes down to the USL as far as if they deem to honor the red card from MLS, or they don't believe in it. And we just got word that they're saying Dami could play. They didn't think that was a dangerous foul. So, and by the way, it was eerily similar to the LA Galaxy game. If anybody wants to go back and look at that, no card was thrown. Aside from that, Justin Joao's first main practice back looked very good. And who am I missing? Tony's still out, but no, Joao and who am I thinking of? Justin had a good first day back.
Was there something? Were the red cards flukish enough that you don't think that it's something that's going to continue, or is there a pattern that you're seeing that you need to address or change something?
Again, I answered this after the game. You know, I don't want to comment. What I just said a second ago, I don't believe I was commenting on referees. I commented on what USL thought of the incident, as well as a similar incident that happened in the league. I said it after the game. I'm not going to get roped in this year to criticizing and getting fined. You know, I think it's a tough job that they have. I thought, you know, it makes it easier with the VAR to be able to look back on things. Perhaps it's not. I'm not up in that booth. As far as addressing my team, I don't think any of my team, if you look at any of the red cards, were intentional. You could look at what happened with Dami. The intent, I mean, there is that there was no intent to headbutt. Every week and around the world, especially in MLS as well, players come face to face, you know, and maybe it was a little bit, I don't know, a little bit of contact. That's up for debate. But we have to finish a game with 11 players. But then again, I don't want to put too much emphasis on it, because then maybe players aren't going in hard on the tackle when they need to, you know, because they're afraid that they're going to get thrown out. To me, it's just let's keep our heads, let's play hard, and let's finish with 11 players.
What do you think Corey drew from the experience with being called up?
Same as he did last time. Comes back with confidence, being able to play at a high level with a group of very talented players. Every player on that roster for the U.S. team in every camp is at top of their game. So that brings out the best in you as well. Training sessions become quicker. A lot of tactics thrown at you because Greg only gets them for a week or so at a time, so you have to fit everything in. It forces everything from physical to mentality. And I thought Corey has responded and come back very well from the 2 camps he's been in.
Do you think going to that second camp and getting called in a second time, both maybe the way the 2 camps are valued and also the fact that they liked what they saw and they brought him back, that means more the second time?
I don't think there's anything quite like your first call-up at all. I was fortunate to have a number of call-ups, and I remember the first one, and I know Corey was over the moon about it. And I think then from there it becomes motivation to stay. Talking to Greg before the first camp that he got called in, just to hear his list of things that he liked about Corey and what he needs to work on was a spitting mirror of my staff and I's what we like about Corey he needs to work on. Selfishly, that made me feel good because, hey, I'm thinking like Greg Berhalter. But it makes us realize that, we're seeing the same things, and Greg really likes Corey. He likes the key attributes that he brings. Does that mean that he's going to play in the World Cup? Does that mean he's going to play in the Gold Cup? That's for Greg and his staff to figure out. But I think Corey has deserved these opportunities, and I think Corey's done enough within that first camp to get called back in the second camp. And from my understanding, he's done enough in the second camp that he's still going to be in the big picture.
Did you talk to your team about not being too results-oriented? I mean, obviously the result matters, but you got to keep doing what you're doing, even if there's, a run of bad luck, poor results, whatever.
No, I want to win every time. We all want to win, And if you look traditionally over the last 2 years I've been here, we've had these lulls early on in the season, and then we've had some lows at times in the summer, and we finished strong. I would much prefer to start strong and then see what happens from there. But we've been through these situations. The league is getting better, Teams that we've played early on are very talented. We've been on the road and we're going to be on the road. So we have to figure it out.